7 habits that you must stop to make your life better. In today's video, we highlight habits that will ruin your life if they aren't restricted before they take root. They will destroy the whole of you and demolish your life. 1. Negative self-talk. In most cases, negative self-talk is seen just like normal stuff, but it's not, and it usually tries to justify itself on many occasions without us understanding that it does severe harm without our knowledge. And certain that you have ever found yourself in a group of people, either for events or a family gathering or even in a wedding function, and it happens that you're given a chance to say a few words. Can you remember what you said to a friend or a family member after taking your seat? Oh, can you remember telling them that you felt your speech wasn't that influential, that you aren't used to the whole speech? The thing for a few families where they come from, you may hear a brother or sister say, "No one passed mathematics in our family. Why should I pass it? Anyway, we're not a family of tough stuff." Maybe you said to yourself, "I'm stupid and I understood I would fail. We're only good at languages." Such kind of denying statements usually kills one's potential and drives one to believe that they are not smart, which is not true. Negative self-talk can be overcome when we learn the power of speaking positive words to ourselves. "I'm good at public speaking," "I'm beautiful," "I'm a good cook," "I'm talented" are just a few examples of positive commitments. One positive word or compliment to yourself can change and reshape your life. Where you thought you were weak and frail, you will be able to discover that you are strong. I hope from today you remind yourself that you can do anything. 2. Alcohol and drugs addiction. When you look back, when you were not yet abusing drugs, how was your life and how was your relationship with your family? How did your friends treat you? I'm sure you'll agree with me that people value your presence and see you as a role model. Addiction to drugs and alcohol has caused a lot of damage to you as the user and those around you. The truth is, you may never know how your bad habits have affected them, but always know it may happen. That you're unable to marry, or are you divorced because of your drinking habits? It can also be that you caused an accident the day you chose to resort to drinking. Maybe you're unable to get a good job because of your drinking habits. Or addiction to drugs can cause far more reaching effects, some of which can be irreversible. Stand up today and let the bottle go. It's possible to quit substance abuse and start living a new life today, free from any addiction. 3. Wasting too much time on social media. Imagine how would life be without social media. I know it could be very boring, right? Especially when you have no company. I see those feelings of loneliness on your face. Most of us can't sleep without chatting. Data packages nowadays have become a necessity. They are important. I have a cousin of mine by the name of Luke, who can't sleep without logging into Facebook. To him, it would be better to be served only black tea, not because he hates milk tea and snacks, but just to save the money of snacks, just to buy data. And I'm sure he's not the only one. You may also be sacrificing part of your food money just for the same thing. Wasting too much time on social media can be detrimental to our health, and it can also harm our relationship. Imagine a situation where a husband and wife in a house don't have time for family issues, but can spend several hours on social media. Most marriages are on the edge of collapse because of this creature called social media. Can you count how many times you visited your social media accounts from the morning? I know you have lost count. That shows us how much time do we spend on these platforms. It must only be used when it's necessary and in a good way. I know you're in a dilemma and you're wondering how you can stop spending so much time on social media. You can set priorities, and through that you can master social media, or else it'll master you. 4. Skimping on sleep. Consistently getting just a few hours of sleep can affect your mood, concentration, and even your immune system. Loss of sleep can affect your body's ability to fight germs and pathogens. It can also lead to an increase in the stress hormone cortisol, which can trigger stress eating and cause weight gain, which will increase the blood pressure. Break the habit by getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night. 5. Irresponsible spending of money. It takes quite a hurdle to make clean money. It's like climbing a hill with a heavy load on your back. But spending it is so easy that sometimes I ask myself whether I lost part of the money. I'm certain you've once gone to a mall and purchased some items that you didn't plan to buy. Learning financial discipline is the thing that money can't teach you. You can only learn it when you've already spent to the last penny. Sometimes you can go traveling and you end up spending all the money on things that don't matter. The worst scenario is when you can spend all the money including your fare back to the city and you end up stranded. So who do you blame for your spending before you go to the mall or the shop? First, you need to plan what items that you need most. Planning here mean deciding a budget on what is important that requires to be purchased. Sometimes, our kids may lead us to unnecessary spending. Happens when your kids hold tight to a bicycle in a supermarket, and because you don't want the embarrassment you end up purchasing it even if they have others at home. Another scenario can be when you decide to take your wife to the supermarket to purchase just shoes and she ends up asking for more clothes and other kitchen stuff. But it's the casual spending that we find ourselves in a day in and day out. If you can't master your spending from today and stop the misusage that I see all over, you'll be in a much healthier state mentally and financially. 6. Mental indiscipline. This comes as the result of being unable to rule your thoughts, not consciously conditioning your thoughts, and aligning them to your stated goals. This usually leads to failure to achieve the set objectives within a certain time frame. You can decide today to discipline your mind and your viewpoints will change. 7. Self-satisfaction. How many times have you felt more superior than others? How many times have you felt that you're more talented, and therefore you don't need other people's input in your life? I can agree many times self-satisfaction leads one to think and live as though they don't need others. Self-sufficiency drives people to be unable to unlearn and relearn, and as a result of that one continues to remain less productive. Self-satisfaction leads one to lack interest, and because of this, one lurks in a position of not questioning the conventional wisdom beliefs to ask, what if not? Change. This habit develops and renders one impulsive to new knowledge and information. Well, that's it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.